a quick demonstration, a how-to video, more of like a tutorial on how to walk your Doberman. Wyatt over here is 11 months old, and I just want to let you guys know, stick with it, because at first he was very stubborn. Dobermans are very territorial, they're dominating dogs. They always want to be in front of you, they always want to take control. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible to make it very easy to show you guys how to walk them and not be embarrassed. So when Wyatt was about 3 months old, you don't ever want to start just quickly take them into a really public place with a lot of dogs. You want to gradually introduce them into that. So I suggest maybe a park where not a lot of people go, maybe a section of the park where not a lot of people go. So right now I'm just going to give you guys a quick example on how I started training him. I just want to let you guys know it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and a lot of frustration, because he was very tough to train. He's still young, like I said, he's not even a year yet. He's almost there, not quite, but people kind of, really talk about this collar, and some people say it's great and some people really don't like it. And honestly, the people who don't like it are the people who really don't know much about it. Yeah, it looks pretty bad, but it really doesn't hurt him. So I'm gonna back up and I'll show you guys a proper walk. Again, the most important thing is really starting without any people around. As he gets better, progresses, then you could start slowly introducing him into more public places. And as time goes on, about 10 months, 11 months, I started introducing him to really public parks, beaches. It's summertime here in New Jersey, so it's starting to get very crowded at the Jersey Shore. So I'm gonna back up, we'll come back on cam, and I'll show you guys really what to start doing to make this little guy improve, all right? Good boy. Okay, so one of the first things and most important things is the leash. We talked about the collar, now we're talking about the leash. It's about 5 feet long. You don't ever want to use one of those leashes where it could extend 10, 15 feet. It's just going to cause problems. So as you're walking the dog, naturally he's going to want to be in front of you. It's just their nature. So once you could break that habit, it's just all uphill from there. That is the most frustrating thing to do with this dog, with any dog, is to get them to walk with you. They always want to be a step ahead of you. Okay? Up! Come! Ready? Go! What you're going to want to do, take a couple steps, stop, sit, take a couple steps, stop, sit, good boy. As you're telling him to sit, if he's not sitting, just give a little bit of firm pressure up on that leash. Once he sits, release that pressure. Come, stop, sit, little up pressure, and he sits, okay? So next we're going to talk about a couple other things. We'll come back on video and we'll see what to do. Okay, one other thing I want to mention is I didn't plan on making this video. As he was training, usually I had some treats in my pocket, something healthy. You don't want to be giving the guy bacon or any, crappy treats like that. So again, just constantly walking. Anytime a person does pass you, remember I did mention in the beginning of the video, you don't want to introduce him into a lot of people at first while he's training. Dobermans do look very scary, very, intimidating, but believe it or not, they're more scared of you than you are of them. So remember, have some treats in your pocket, and if someone happens to pass you, you want to stop, you want to sit, get him right in that habit. Those are really drilled into his brain. Stop and sit. He stops, he sits. Pull up on that collar. Once he sits, release that pressure. You could reward him. Good boy. Really give him love and affection. Dobermans love that. Most dogs do, especially Dobermans. Right, Wyatt? So, when he stops, he sits, that person will go by. As that person goes by, you're standing, he's standing, you're waiting for that person to go by. Slowly introduce him into a little bit more crowded areas, and you'll see, deep down, you'll see, after 6, 7, 8 times out, he really starts to learn. They are super smart. I did not have a lot of faith in Wyatt. Around 3-4 months is when I started leash walking him and training him, and he was tough. I would run him in this very park and he just would always want to be in front of me. So I learned from that. I said no more running, and I walked. I walked this very trail here, and I just held him nice and tight, not pulling on him, but just no slack. And he started to realize, all right, if I'm gonna want to walk and I'm gonna let him walk, he has to be right by my side. Now I'll take him to a lot of popular areas, and he really does a great job. So that's really it. I'm not gonna go into much more detail. That's pretty much it. The leash is very important. The collar is very important. the, you know, rewarding, the positive tone in your voice, and that's really important. So stop, sit, firm. Then once he does that, very soft voice, rewarding him, and they're very smart. They pick up faster than kids. He learns better than me. So that's about it. Any questions, you could comment down below. Again, the most important thing aside from the leashes and collars is repetitive stop, sit. You don't want to say halt, alto. You want to really, whatever words you use, continue using that word so he learns from it. Stop, sit, good boy. Stop, sit, good boy. Stop, sit, good boy. Stop, sit, good boy. Now listen to my voice. Stop, sit, good boy. Stop, sit, firm, good boy. Very nice and sweet. They pick up on the tone in your voice. They're very smart animals. Okay, guys? Remember, you don't want him to be in front. When he's in front, he's in control. I'm not in control, he's not in control. We're really buddies. We're really keeping, in his mind, in my mind, I know I'm in control, but in his mind, we're equals, okay? When he's in front, he knows he's in control. When he's at my side like this, he's like, all right, I'll deal with that. Once that's drilled into his brain, it's all uphill from there, okay, guys? Okay, so the more progress you make, when you think he's ready, I'd say about 10, 11 months, you could start running him. You guys heard the saying, walk before you run. You don't want to start running the dog in a public place before he really knows how to walk. You know, he's going to be really running in front of you, cut in front of you, and you could really get hurt, and so could he. So we're going to take a step back, and we'll see how to do it. Same technique goes for running. As I'm running, he's to my side, he's okay. Stop, sit, sit, good boy. So, same technique goes for running. If I notice him getting in front of me, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna have him sit, and then I'm gonna reward him when he sits. But again, the thing is, once he knows how to walk, running really will come naturally. I started running him at first, that was a big mistake. Once he learned, once he knew how to walk, then it was fine. He really progressed from there, and now he's almost a year old, and he's really doing a great job. But again, what took us there, what really made him learn the fastest was just the constant repetitive commands, and that was it. So now I'm running with him. It's so hot today, but he's doing great. All right, like, comment, subscribe.